Welcome. Seeing that my current project wouldn't be ready for this week's video, I bring you this quick paint job which didn't turn out as I expected. I like to begin my paint jobs from a zenithal highlight, in order to more easily see where each part finishes and another one begins. As a first step, I'll be base coating every part of the model. I chose a balanced combination of blue, red and yellow, alongside a dark brown and a metallic. My paints were slightly diluted with water to help them flow better as well as to not clog any details. Depending on the pigmentation of your paints, you might need to apply from 2 to 3 coats in order to achieve full opacity. Another positive note about the zenithal highlight is that any hard to reach areas can remain black as they will be in shadow. And the white color over exposed areas will work as a great base to paint light colors such as yellow, which don't cover very well when working over dark bases. With everything base coated, I move on to the highlights. Using just white would desaturate my colors too much. By adding some yellow, which is the brightest color there is, I can avoid this. Once I'm done mixing my paint to a desired tone, I make sure to twist as I unload the paint in order to preserve a good tip on my brush. I went one color at a time, adding this desaturated yellow and picking up the raised details, followed by a second round of highlights, but this time really pushing it with the desaturated yellow, as well as covering a smaller area and letting some of the previous highlight visible. Painting each square on the clothing was quite time consuming, but taking the time with little details like this one really makes a difference in the end. I applied the first highlight in the top half and the second one following just the lines up top. My plan for this paint job was to call it done after the extremely bright second highlight. However, while the model was looking fine for the time I put into it, it was missing those deep shadows to contrast against the highlights. Next time I try this approach, I'll have to begin from a darker base and see how it goes. For now, I turn to my easy GRIMDARK method in order to bring some shadows to the model before calling it done, which was not the initial plan, but I still wasn't satisfied with the paint job. You can see my original video on this method linked above where I go into more detail. To keep it simple for now, I mixed up black, brown and green oil paints to a muddy color, and applied this all over the model. You might have seen this done by others with a product called Streak and Grime. Well, you can get the same result by mixing up some oil paints yourself. After the model was all covered up, I left it to sit for an hour, just to let the paint get a grip on the model and stain the surface. From there, I soaked my brush in solvent and began to dab it all over the model, reactivating the paint and making it flow towards the recesses. The more I poke at the same area, the more paint would begin to flow out of it, to the point where I could remove the oil paint completely if I wished to. I did this until I reached the desired look where my highlights could be seen. After letting the model dry overnight, I was left with this result. Hope you enjoyed this quick video. I'll be back next week with a big project.